name is Gianfranco Berardi, my pronouns are he, him, his, and I encourage curiosity and support creativity through my solo indie game development studio, GB Games LLC. This is the Freshly Squeezed Progress Report companion video to go with the Freshly Squeezed Progress Report blog post I published earlier this week. Check the link in the description below. Last week I reported that I was updating the temporary background art in The Dungeon Under My House, my second Freshly Squeezed entertainment project. If you've been following along, you know that The Dungeon Under My House will be a non-violent first-person dungeon crawler, and as a Freshly Squeezed entertainment project, it will be a polished, playable prototype that provides a complete entertainment experience. It will be freely available for desktop computers, as well as mobile devices, with no ads, no in-app purchases, and no personal data tracking. If I was a more competent artist or could afford to hire one, I'm sure this art update work would go much faster and look much better. That said, I'm still very pleased with how the house continues to look more like a place and less like an abstraction. Originally I wanted to keep entryways dark to save time, but something about being able to see the next room and the room you are in felt compelling. Eventually I'll get rid of the To House button and allow navigation by clicking on the doors and stairways themselves. In practical terms, this meant that I needed to ensure that there was a space for something that a player could click or tap if they were using a touchscreen. Since the location screen was already going to be smaller than the game's window, and the characters need to occupy the foreground in that subscreen, any stuff in each room needed to live in the background. I think what I came up with will work just fine, but my other concern is how I can communicate to a player that a doorway is clickable. With a mouse, I can show mouse over effects, but with a mobile device's touchscreen, there really isn't a similar mouse over in that context. Anyway, I'm very happy with how the basement turned out. I'll eventually need to ensure that the scene changes to reveal a secret door to a secret room, which holds a secret ladder down to a secret dungeon under the house. In terms of background art updates, all that's left is the bathroom, and then I can refine the intro sequence, and then, well, I just make the rest of the game, right? Thanks for watching, stay curious. Now if you want to learn when I release The Dungeon Under My House, or about future Freshly Squeezed entertainment games I'm creating, then sign up for the GB Games Curiosities newsletter, and download full-color player's guides to my existing and future games for free. Again, check the links in the description.